This is the fourth part of History, Lesson 1, The Rise of Nationalism in Europe. In the previous parts, we read about the aristocrats, peasantry, and the new middle class, then how middle class were against the aristocrats, and what was the ideology of liberal nationalist, or on what ideology the new middle class opposed the autocrats. Now, this part is about the conservatives and the changes in Europe after the defeat of Napoleon. Now, let us come to the topic, what is conservatism or who are conservatives? So, the term conservatism was a political philosophy that stressed on the importance of the traditions, established institutions, and customs. They preferred gradual development rather than quick change. They believed that established traditional institutions of state and society, like the monarchy, the church, property, social hierarchies, and the family, they all must be protected and preserved. They believed in restoration of the traditional institutions, but the changes brought by the Napoleon should also be accepted. They thought that modernization and modern principles could strengthen traditional institutions, and this was possible with the help of a modern army, an efficient bureaucracy, a dynamic economy, the abolition of feudalism and serfdom. Now, Vienna Congress. During the conquest of Napoleon, he had annexed several kingdoms and made them a part of France. But after the defeat of Napoleon, the representatives of the European powers, namely Britain, Russia, Prussia, and Austria, they all met at Vienna, and this meeting is also called Vienna Congress or the Treaty of Vienna. The chief architect and the host of this treaty was Austrian Chancellor Duke Metternich. Now, the purpose of this treaty was, or we can say, the objective or the features of Treaty of Vienna was. So, the first objective or the main objective was to undo all the territorial changes that had taken place during the Napoleonic Wars and create a new conservative order in Europe. So, this was the main objective of the Treaty of Vienna. Now, the features of this treaty was first, the Bourbon dynasty, which was deposed during the French Revolution, was restored to power. Or we can also say that restoration of the monarchical form of government. Second was France lost most of the territories that had annexed under Napoleon's time. And to prevent the expansion of France in future, certain states was set up on the boundaries of France. And new territories were given to Prussia, Russia, and Austria. But one thing which was unchanged was the German Confederation of 39 states, which was set up by Napoleon, and this confederation was not touched at all during this division. So, these are all the features of the Treaty of Vienna 1815. Now, the new conservative regimes 1815. Before that, we must know the meaning of regimes. It is a method, or we can say it is a system of government, especially one that has not been elected in a fair way. So, the conservative regime set up through the Treaty of Vienna in 1815, and it was totally autocratic in nature. They tried to curb the freedom of expression and imposed censorship laws on newspapers, books, songs, plays, as they reflected the ideas of liberty and freedom. Now let us see what was the reaction of the liberals to conservatism. The liberals, they were not happy with the autocratic ways of conservatives. They raised their voice against the censorship of press. After 1815, several liberals began working in the secret societies all over Europe to propagate their views and trained revolutionaries. On the other hand, liberals wanted to overthrow the monarchical system that had been formed after the Vienna Congress. They realized that to overthrow the autocratic conservative order, the creation of nation states was essential. So finally, the aim of secret societies was spread the idea of nationalism, oppose the Treaty of Vienna, and fight for liberty and freedom. Now let us take a look on the famous Italian revolutionary Giuseppe Mazzini. He was a man of such revolutionary ideas. He was born in Genoa in 1805. Mazzini was part of the secret society called Carbonari. He founded two underground societies called Young Italy in Marseilles and Young Europe in Bern. Mazzini believed in the unification of small kingdoms and principalities in Italy. And do you know, Metternich described him as the most dangerous enemy of our social order. Why? Because his underground societies inspired young members to revolutionary activities. So Metternich described him the most dangerous enemy of our social order. So this is a brief description of Giuseppe Mazzini. Now the questions formed from this part are: what was conservatism? What were the main features of the Treaty of Vienna 1815? Third, write short note on Giuseppe Mazzini. And fourth and last is, what was the aim of secret societies? So that's all for this part. Thank you.